most of the time these are ideas found in literature, but that's not where the skill begins and ends. This week, I want to share with you guys 5 of the transferable skills that are taught as part of an English degree. So this is going to be an incomplete list. This is just a few things I thought of off the top of my head. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of things that you think of that I didn't include in this video. Please feel free to share those in the comments. I would love to see what you guys think. And so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the different skills that I've learned as an English major that I really see being transferable to other situations in life. So the first thing that I want to talk about is reading fast and skim reading. So as an English major, we have so many different readings that we have to do, and sometimes you don't have time to do a really deep reading. So as an English major, I've really learned how to not only read more quickly than I've been able to in the past, but also how to skim read effectively. So skimming, but actually getting the content out of it. And so that's been helpful, of course, for my classes, but it's been helpful for my other classes as well, my non-English major classes. And being able to read a document and get out the necessary information without having to take nearly as long as it needs to is so helpful. And of course that can show up in a lot of different ways. Anywhere that you're going to have a reading, especially a really dense one, that is a super helpful skill. The next thing I want to talk about is analyzing ideas. Of course, as English majors, we're constantly analyzing ideas, and most of the time these are ideas found in literature, but that's not where the skill begins and ends. I've learned how to look at an idea from anywhere and analyze what it means, where it comes from, you know, the implications that any analysis has on it, intersectional analyses from different viewpoints and from different considerations. And those aren't things that have to be presented to you where like somebody says, analyze this. Like, you know, one way that this can be really helpful is think about marketing and ad PR and all of that. If you can look at interactions that people have on social media, you might be able to analyze the audience that you are trying to market towards, or your boss is trying to market towards, or whoever, whatever. And if you can analyze that, you can create content that suits that audience, and that comes from analyzing the interactions and analyzing what you see in front of you. The next thing that I want to talk about is effective communication. And this is something that I always discuss about being an English major, is how important effective communication is and how valuable learning it as an English major has been. So yes, of course, English majors are constantly writing all of these papers, and again, we're doing that analysis and just communicating it through a paper format, but it's not like we can't use those communication skills in other areas. So for me, I've definitely found that I'm able to discuss topics that range from silly, unimportant things, but also to things like activism and talking about important issues in our society and in our communities with people around me or whoever. And I'm able to do so effectively because I'm able to utilize the skills that I've learned in writing papers and analyzing texts in these conversations. And additionally, you know, thinking about writing persuasive papers and arguing a point and utilizing evidence that you have to maybe interpret, but you have to have the evidence there to support it, has helped me in any debate style conversations I've had, or arguments that are, you know, not like big arguments, but still like argumentative conversations and things like that. I've learned how to structure my arguments in such a way that feels more persuasive and that is based in evidence and feels rooted in something and isn't just empty words. I've also learned how to do this on the spot, where I can figure out what I'm saying as I say it. Another thing that's been really helpful, and a lot of this is framed around papers, but that's just because it's on my mind right now. Papers have really taught me how to keep my writing and my conversations focused around a particular theme and topic. Think about thesis statements. When I started college, I was really bad at like keeping a paper focused around just the thesis statement. Like I wanted to talk about a bunch of things that I had seen in a piece or a book or whatever. And I really learned how to hone in on what one conversation is talking about. And yeah, X, Y, and Z might be interesting, but that's not the discussion we're having, and it's distracting from the discussion that we're having. And again, this is super helpful in any sorts of just conversations in life or professional conversations, but also if you're trying to negotiate something or having a really important, serious professional conversation and you want people's attention where you want it, if you know how to frame your conversation and your argument in such a way that it keeps it focused exactly where you want, you're gonna have much better luck with those kinds of situations. And the last thing I want to discuss today is that English majors really learn how to connect varying ideas. So in the last point I was talking about keeping it on subject, but we also learn how to connect ideas that might seem a little bit separate. So, you can still stick to a topic, but what we learn how to make connections, I guess, is the better way of saying that. We figure out how to find the common thread that links things. And again, that's super important. And, going off of everything I've said so far, it's super helpful in conversations or arguments or negotiations, anything like that, super helpful. And of course, it's really helpful in all those situations that we've already talked about. But when you're in a job and they need you to be thinking about different things, finding solutions, the person who can connect the dots, can connect ideas that might seem unrelated initially, those are the people who are thinking outside of the box, who are willing to look at the whole picture and see the map of it. I guess that's how I think of it. Those are the things I want to discuss for today. If there are any other skills that you think can be transferred to different industries or situations in life, please let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think of this. If you want to see more videos on this topic, I'd be happy to film more of them. There are so many transferable skills that you learn in an English major, and I think that it's so fun and so valuable to really pay attention to how we can utilize the skills that we learn in a variety of ways. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It helps me so much. So I will see you guys again next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!